Oh, 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 ah, 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 ah. So I'm eating fish at the moment. Fish I bought just before um, that I couldn't eat properly. Kind of have that eating problem sometimes when I'm stressed, which is fine. But I thought when I'm eating it, I may share my fish story or my fishing story. It's a bit of a longer one. Mm, so, how did it all start? Well, I well, I'm pescatarian. I think this is how they call it now. But I used to be like total vegetarian, like no fish, as well, for a long, long time. Most of my life, actually. Well, yeah, ever since I was 15. I'm 34 now, and when I was traveling in La Gomera, there were quite a couple of fishes going on, and I realized, well, like if you can fish and if you can kill a fish yourself, I think it's actually okay to eat it. So I kind of thought to myself, if I want to eat meat or fish or whatever, I should be able to kill it. Well, I actually had times where I, was like, I don't know, not even able, like for real, not even able to kill a mosquito because I would feel so sorry for this mosquito. So the transition from that, like not even being able to kill a mosquito, like I literally needed to ask my friends to do it. Um, or I just got bitten and kind of thought like, oh my god, look at me, I'm such a märtyrer. I don't even know how you say that in English, but it doesn't matter. No, look at me, I'm such a good person with this big heart. Anyway, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, and it's all good. Like, I mean, I really love that all part of me as well. It's very beautiful, and there's still that part in me. But yeah, that transition into, all right, I actually want to go for the challenge fishing and killing on purpose to feed myself and to feed the community. So yeah, I was going to those fishermen and asked them, if I can participate, just be a part of it. And well, so I kind of started, and was like throwing out the rod and all that stuff, like casting and all that stuff. But yeah, I kind of ended up kind of like doing just like this hand fishing thing. You only have to, like this rod in your hand to get some small fish. Like, I don't know, like that was like really crazy. Like they explained it to me. So they said, all right, so first you have to collect some snails, and then you kill the snails and you use them as a bite. And then you catch with that bite a small fish, and then we use that small fish as a bite for a bigger fish. That's how you do it. And in that moment, I really thought like, oh my fucking god, like, is this for real? Like, if I wanna catch a big fish, I actually like literally like, are you fucking kidding me? I have to kill multiple snails and another small fish to get a bigger fish. Wow, like that was just crazy, honestly. Like honestly, this was a big thing for me. And I thought like, all right, okay, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this. So I had like this three snails. Oh my god. And and then I had this rock and those snails, and I was kind of like fuck, nah, I'm not doing it. Like, um, yeah. So I ended up hurting the very first snail very much, like, because I was like, I can do this, but like very shy, so I kind of just half killed it. And I thought, fuck, I have to go all the way through. And I tried to kill it the second time, and I still like only half killed it. And with the third time, like I actually made it. So I ended up killing three snails that day, and that was like a big, big thing for me already. And then I used those snails and tried to, get like a little fish as another bite. And you know what it's like actually kind of cute, like while I was doing that, I was like kind of hoping like just don't bite, like please fishies, like don't bite, like I'm actually fooling you, and just don't do it, like I'm not ready for that. But the funny thing is I actually was catching a fish with like I think the third snail I killed. Then I thought like, oh my god, fuck, what I'm going to do, like little tiny, very beautiful looking, like very like it had all colors on it, like quite paradise fish like. I don't know much about fishes anyway, but quite beautiful. And I was looking at that and kind of like just not freaking out about it. And I was so happy when they told me, all right, now this is a fish we cannot really use as a bite. Bigger fishes don't eat that fish. So I was like so happy. It's like, oh my god, thank you, Lord. This is really good. So I was like, like in a very lucky situation that I can, just throw it back to the ocean. I was like, I love you, fish, and I love you. Like, go, like, just swim away, like, just get away from here. So the rest of the day, I ended up like, just watching the fishermen and, just hanging around and waiting. And then actually, that one guy caught quite a big tuna. Like, it was like would have been about that size, I'd say. Yeah, as far as I remember. So that was a fight, like honestly, it took two guys to get that fish out of the ocean. Like first, it's like a real struggle. Like you can see like with the fishing thing and whatever, it was like quite big, and kind of have to tire the fish. Like so it kind of loses strength before you can actually get it out of the water, because they are like fighting, and it's really like a fucking, fish and man fight, it's like, it was like quite intense, it's just watch that. And I think it took them like half an hour at least to get that fish finally out of the water. So finally they had it, two guys. One was like really big and strong, the other one was like a youngster, I don't know, he was 19 years old. Quite a good fisher too. And I was like, I don't know, how old was I? 32 or something. Yeah, I was looking up very much to that 19-year-old boy who was like so relaxed about all of that. And so then I watched like the hardest parts, like, oh my god, they're killing this fish now, like they're fucking killing it. And I thought like, all right, this is my first lesson. So if I want to be able to eat fish, I want to kill it. And so now I have to go through that horrifying part, watching how they kill this fish. And the scenery was like that, like it was quite beautiful, the background, of course. And there was, these two guys like holding onto that fish. It was like doing like all these things. And the younger guy took his knife right into, like here, this is how you kill them. Like this is where you want to put that knife, like with a lot of strength. And this fish was like literally looking at me. And I was watching that, and I was like standing there like, oh my fucking god, oh my fucking god, oh my fucking god, this is too much, this is like way too much, like, oh my fucking god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, like I was, wow, like it was beautiful to have this chance to watch this, but it was so intense at the same time, like I really, like I always, like, like my whole skin must have turned like totally white, and I was shaking, and it was like totally on adrenaline only watching that killing of this fish. And, like my reaction was like so intense that the people around me like really kind of started like, are you okay? Like, are you okay? It's like, yes. Like this is amazing. Like this is, oh my god, you have no idea what that means, what I'm doing right now. Like this is just huge, and this is amazing. I'm okay, but fuck yes, I'm shaking, and this is a lot of adrenaline for me, and this is a lot of, oh my fucking god, what's going on? Ooh, wow, like I'm kind of getting back into shaking thinking about that moment. Like this was fucking intense, man. It took me quite a while to kind of cool down. And yeah, then we just went to the next camp and had our bonfire, and we were, like grilling that fish. It was very, very tasty, and I was a part of it, of course. They invited me to eat it, and this one fish, I think it was like 16 people who could eat from that. And the eating part was like very, very beautiful. So the whole thing about, like doing all of that and all this killing and all this, like, oh my God, this is so fucking cruel. And in the end, to have this beauty of like 16 people having a beautiful feed, like directly from Mother's Earth for us so we can stay alive. And, I think I was crying that moment. I don't know, like, honestly, this was a very, 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 very big scene for me. So, yeah, after that, I thought, all right, let's get into it. So, well, I think it took me like another year or so until I was actually lucky enough to catch a fish myself. And, like I would never ever do this killing snails thing. And, like there are ways how to only kill the fish that you actually want to eat without using any bait that's alive. So there are like these kind of things, they're like made of like metal and plastic, and they imitate a fish, but they're, like not real. So using that, like casting was really amazing. It's really what I love. I actually got told that I am a natural when it comes to like how to throw the fishing rod. Like fuck, okay. I love it. It's very nice. Like, a momentum thing, and there it goes. And then you kind of do that, and you kind of keep going like this all the time. It's quite repetitive, very boring to me anyway. And it took me very, very long until actually I had a bite to catch a fish. I mean, in the end of the day, it's a matter of luck if you get it or not. And I really think it was a part of my aura as well. For the people I would hang around with, nobody would catch a fish. Like, literally nobody would catch a fish as long as I was around. Like, it was crazy. And as soon as I would walk away, like, give it like 10 minutes or so, I was away, they would catch a fish, like one bite after another. So I kind of thought, like, oh my God, maybe this was like my aura, kind of telling those fishes, like, just go away, like, you don't want to be eaten. So that was quite funny in a way. And finally I made it. It took really quite a long time for me. And finally I did it. Caught 2 fish, barracuda, in a row. And then there I was, being there with a knife. Whew, wow, oh my God. Thinking about it, actually, I literally started to cry about that. Wow. I cried then. Oh my God, this is, oh my God. I did not see myself getting so emotional, Like, but yeah, that moment, like I actually had this fish and I was like so happy about it. And, and I was just getting there into like killing that fish, and I did very well, And, and then you just kind of rip it open and to get out of all of the stuff that's inside. I don't know how you call it, but, and well, the crazy thing was, I mean, they're still shaking after you kill them. So it was kind of like, is this still alive? It's like, no, it's just muscle memory. They're actually not alive, but they're like still like. And the craziest thing was that the heart of the fish, of the one fish at least, it was still pumping. Like literally, like, I just saw it and just put it on the rock, and it was lying on the rock, and the heart was still fucking pumping. And I cried my eyes out after that moment. Like, I was crying so much. I don't know, it's like very hard to explain these emotions that I felt. But the most intense thing was thinking about my grandfather, who died just, I don't know, 2 months before that, I think. And he hated me for being a vegetarian. Like, honestly, I mean, like, war generation, like, food for them is a totally different story. And honestly, like, he was yelling at me, bless him, like, fuck, I love you, I love you. But yeah, we had our trouble with me being vegetarian. Like he really couldn't handle it. And in that moment, I was just thinking of him and thought like, oh my god, like he would be so proud of me right now. He would be so proud of me that I actually not only caught fish but killed them myself and going through all this process, which is like one of the most bravest things I've done. I've done like a huge fucking list of brave things in my life. But that for me would be one of the bravest ones, which would be like nothing for other people. But for me in my story, this was a big, big, big thing. And yeah, that's my first story. And ever since I decided to be able to kill and eat fish, I actually allow myself, as long as I'm at the sea and the fish is good, like, from the area, caught by nice fishermen, I actually enjoy eating my fish. So there's my fish story. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Like, honestly, I love you. Appreciate it so much if you do. Don't worry if not. And bon appetit.